Hi, I hope you guys are well. In terms of technology and in terms of why we decided to partner here, bring value, one, and help take this product to the entire network marketing community and how we can use it in order to be able to reach the world. Because I have a view that nobody in the world has. I see across 300 companies what's working, what's not, who's innovating, who's not. First of all, I'll just tell you, technology created reach for me. I was able to have an impact on people that I couldn't have. I couldn't get on enough airplanes and I couldn't get in enough living rooms in order to be able to share the message that I had. And some of you have the chops to be able to put out content. You can look at a camera, you can deliver, you have experience with this stuff. And some of you don't, but you still have a mission and you still have a vision and you still have a story to tell. And so how do you bridge the gap between having something in your heart and in your head and not being able to communicate it in the way that you would like, or not having the engagement that you would like, or not being able to find prospects, right? I'm just comparing, what Nowsite software does in comparison to what I did. I had to go find all the network marketers and just say, I had to start little groups. I had to join in little things and I had to go find people in different companies, come on in. I was just building a network, connecting. And the amount of satisfaction from it was enormous. To be able to feel like you contributed to someone else and you helped someone else that wasn't totally able to help themselves. That is the greatest feeling on planet Earth, at least for me. So here's what I would tell you. Now it's hybrid, personal touch and technology. I've learned the value of high tech connected to high touch. And I've also learned in my last 35 years that most people are very intimidated by technology. And most people have limiting beliefs about their own brand, limiting beliefs about how they're going to communicate, limiting beliefs about, is it possible? And yet they still have something really strong in their heart to be able to share with other people. So how do you bridge that gap between taking what you have in your heart and the opportunity you have in your hands and being able to leverage technology and use it as a way to scale into your business and then add the heart and the person to person and the relationships on the other side? As you can imagine, in my position, I've been pitched everything. Every piece of technology, it has to be at least weekly for the past 7 years. Everything. And I get excited, then I'd look, it's not ready. Then I get excited, then I'd look, seems ready, test it, doesn't work. Then I'd get excited, I'd look at something else, and over and over and over and over. So when I was introduced to this software, I came in a bit jaded because when you're like 500 presentations in, you're like, tell me your fancy thing that's probably not ready. And then when I heard AI as well, I'm like, come on. If you're like me, I jumped on the ChatGPT 2 and I played with that magic trick for, a day. And then I went back to work. It wasn't really, for me, implemented into something that could help a person who wanted to expand their reach and build their brand and create connection and do that would duplicate just nothing. I don't care how fancy it is. You know what my answer to most of the technology people was? You think people need an app in order to succeed? They have one. It's called a phone. It's in the apps where they live. What does somebody need something new for? Their CRM is their chat log. Tell me what is so compelling that I'm gonna get another app on top of what I already got going on in my world. So anyway, came in jaded. But Justin's, I would say he is a pro. He's credible. He has background. He's well-spoken. He has a vision. What I loved is that he wanted to serve the profession I love versus trying to be a little bit of something to everybody around the world, figure out every pain point that's out there and see if he can close the gap on that pain point. So I love that. What I love about what this does, and I know it's just the beginning of what it's going to do, it empowers a new person to be the best version of themselves quickly They can be authentic, but they can be the best version of authentic really fast. Like in a day, they can create connection with the world when they didn't think they were going to be able to do it before. That makes me happy, because what I've learned about business is all business is conversation. That's all it is. If you're in conversation, you're in business. If you're not in conversation, you're not in business. And most people have a quantity problem when it comes to conversations. They need to increase the number of conversations that they have. And not only will this help them authentically represent themselves to the world, but it will be a conversation starter. And then the people who are still scared to death, and most people are totally paralyzed by fear. I can give them a script and I can give them some training and they'll fill up their notepads. And then as soon as they have to go out there and go do something, they freeze. So this will help them not freeze, and it'll help them look cool to their friends. It'll look cool to their community. So it'll be a conversation starter. It'll create engagement. It will help them respond to the people who are responding to their content. It'll help them identify who their tribe is and bring value to that tribe. What I'm always looking for and rarely find is a skill-proof and fear-proof system. All you have to do is sit down with a prospect and say, let me show you a couple things. Before you say no to this opportunity, let me tell you how you can use this in order to be able to find more customers. Let me show you how to use this in order to be able to find more people that might be interested in your business. Let me just show you how you can just do this, give me 5 minutes. Let me show you this, in order to be able to get reach and scale. 4 things that we do in network marketing. Number 1, we sell. And will this help people sell their products or services using word of mouth advertising and good language, good images, good posts, engaging things? Will it do it? Of course. Number 2, we recruit. And will it help you find the customers? Yep. Number 2, we recruit an ever-expanding team of people who are also selling. So will this create more conversations, create more curiosity? Will this give people ways to be able to interact with those prospects, keep the conversation going? Will this system itself, will it help people make a decision to say, I was not comfortable doing this, if I have to think of everything and if I have to do everything, if you make me do a Facebook Live on day 1, I'm out, but I'll get there. But if you show them this, it reduces fear, right? Skill-proof and fear-proof. Third thing that we do is we duplicate. What does this do for duplication? Pretty dramatic, because if you can do it and I can do it, I'm not tech savvy, I get it done. But instead of having to have 10 employees, you can have 1 virtual employee that you can abuse. They'll work 24 hours a day instead of, physical employees that are taking the weekend off. You ask it to do whatever you want, whenever you want. And then the 4th thing that we do, so we sell, we recruit, we duplicate, and then we lead. Will this help you be more effective in your communication, in your training, in your leadership within your organization? So answering all those questions, like hypothetically, was exciting for me and good for me. And I'm like, cool, but now prove it. Prove that it really works. Because there's a lot of fancy stuff out there as far as presentations, but not necessarily as far as implementation. So to see that it works, to see that some dum-dum like me with technology can make it happen, can I help you bridge the gap between what you should be doing and you could be doing, but you're not doing. You're down here, and here's what you should be doing. That gap is the biggest frustration in network marketing. I can help you close that gap. I've helped a lot of people do well in this profession. I've helped 1,000 people make $1 million a year in this profession. I've helped tens of thousands of people make 6 figures a year. And I've helped millions of people have a nice part-time hobby income. I can help you. So what I like about this is we can build a community inside the community. We can provide ultimate value, give you a total competitive edge over anybody who's not in this community. And we can continue to innovate. We're going to really flex, and we're going to innovate, and we're going to help you become not only the best trained in the world, but the best equipped. I believe the next 18 months, it's going to be a tale of 2 cities. It's going to be the best of times for some, and it's going to be the worst of times for others. Innovation is going to be rewarded. Action is going to be rewarded. Quantity of conversations is going to be rewarded. Apathy is going to be punished. Indifference is going to be punished. Lack of innovation is going to be punished. What I've learned about times like these is if you're prepared and if you're equipped and if you can be a lighthouse in the middle of the storm, if you can be strong, confident, bold, and prepared, there's going to be a flight to safety. And what I mean by safety, I mean you. There's going to be a migration from unempowered, unprepared, and weaker leaders to prepared, empowered, and strong leaders. But there's going to be tons of people that are going to be between opportunities. And when they think about where they're going next, they should be thinking about you because you're louder on social, because you have the ability to connect with and recruit more prospects. You have the ability to sell more products. Your voice inside the company is going to be louder. You're going to have more influence within your communities. So the ones that are prepared now, you don't have a year to figure stuff out. You got to get moving. Months matter. Weeks matter. Right now, days matter. Let me tell you what weak people do. They say, you know what? Once we get to January, then I'm really going to go to work. And strong leaders understand the value of every day between now and January 1 to be able to create momentum between now and January 1. You can create at least 500% to 1,000% difference in your 2024 based upon what you're going to do between now and the end of the year. So look, I'm excited to work with you. I'm excited to bring value. I'm excited to be connected to the organization, and it's just the beginning. We're going to innovate ourselves.